1,000! Thank you everybody who has been enjoying and watching this channel grow. I am Dr. Neil and today is a special day. It is our 1,000th subscriber birthday. And I know it's not much, but I'd like to thank you guys. It feels great. And what do you think of the new setup? It's my new studio here. I got a new camera. I'm playing with things. I really don't know what to do with everything, so... Okay, last episode I asked you. Last episode I had you pick any die-cast car to turn into a monster truck for this 1,000 subscriber video. I had you leave a comment below with your choice. It could be from Maisto, Tomiya, whatever, even a plastic car if you wanted. And you guys blew up my YouTube. I know where it's a small subscriber count, but you really filled it out. It felt great. So we're gonna go over some of the submissions here real quick. We had someone with the GMC Motorhome Bone Crusher. This wanted an Aeropod. Great choice. Personally, I was hoping somebody would have picked the Vista Cruiser. We had another one from the mighty Maisto Backhoe, which I had never heard of before. Thank you for that. Okay, so I've got all the entries up here. It looks like there's about 35 comments, so I'm going to write them all on this paper, stick them in the jar, and draw them at random. We'll see who comes up. So we're gonna shake it up. I need a blindfold. Hold on. All right. Let's see. Swish it around, pull it up, and what do we got? Nice. Okay, so we got a Maisto Outlaws here. This one comes from Angie's Fandom. It's the Ford or Chevy pickup from the Maisto Outlaw series. So I got some time. I'm gonna order one of the cars and see what happens. All right, a little time has passed and I went ahead and ordered from Maisto the Chevy and the Ford castings. I didn't get the Outlaw series. These are the Harley Davidson one, but the castings are the same. And we're going to do a custom paint job on either one that we choose here. I'm really excited because I've never actually taken apart a Maisto car before and done a rebuild like this. And the one I've chosen is the Chevy pickup. It's just, it gives a little more interesting silhouette. I like, you know, the pickup in the back. But you know, we'll see as the build goes. We may switch it back and forth, maybe take some parts from here, from there. We'll see. This is going to be an interesting build and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, now that we've chosen the car, probably the Chevy pickup, I've decided to go with the Spin Master chassis and possibly wheels. I don't know what color we're going to repaint the car, so the hubs may change, but I definitely like the detail in the roll cage.
Alright, opening up the Maisto cars. They come in these neat little collector boxes. It's pretty neat, rolls pretty good. Yes, this guy is my favorite so far, but we're going to give the Ford a chance and pop it out and take a look at what we got. Alright, well, they're both racing along. I like them a lot, but the Chevy for me is still the clear winner. But it doesn't mean that we can't admire both of the cars, so let's just put them on the turntable and take a look. They both have a very poppy orange and black paint scheme, which I really like, and I think we're going to play off of that. Now, I don't know about all of the Maisto cars, but these two at least have simple screws, so we're going to just unscrew them and take apart the cars. I've never done this with a Maisto car, so I'm really excited to see how they put them together. It's a lot different than the way other die-cast cars do it with the spin posts. They have to get creative about how things get put together. And I really like the driver's seats or cockpits, but they're separate pieces. And the way that the engines are constructed are also really interesting. So let's take it into Photoshop and see if we can kit bash together the basic look of what we're going to go for here. So I'm just going to clear off the graphics play with the color palette. And like I said, I really like this orange. So we're gonna kind of work with an orange. I'll bump up the lines here so you can see the delineations. Just some cleanup. And here are some other Maisto trucks that I really like the paint schemes for. So this is kind of inspiration. I really like the 1930s delivery truck look, so we're kind of gonna copy that style with this truck build. Kind of unique, so you can kind of see here. We'll clean this photo up. Once again, a lot of kit bashing. Change it back to orange real quick. Pop it on a monster truck, and that looks pretty cool. It's a little similar to Time Flies, but we're gonna add some cool stuff. Make it a lot different. Once again, like we'll add our own graphics. Need the 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations! It's gonna be like a little trophy truck. Go get some nice filigree in that old 1930s 1920s style. Kind of look at how it would place some of the graphics. I'm not sure 100% how the graphics are going to work out, so I'm going to do some variations, different styles, print them out on some water transfer, and go at it once we get it assembled.
Okay, now that we've taken apart the car, the next step is to strip the paint.
Now there's a number of ways to get the paint off of die-cast cars. The simplest way is to get some Jasco in a cup and just let it eat the stuff off. You can sandblast it, you can sit there with an iron toothbrush and scrape it off, but I went with the Jasco. And right now I'm looking at different car parts that I can swap in and out. I'm thinking about putting a blower in the back end. A little excessive, but it looks really cool, so I think we're going to go with that style.
Now we're going to choose a Spin Master truck, chassis, wheels, hubs, take it apart, and then repaint the roll cage here.
Because of the excessive amount of orange I'd like to stick in this car, we're going to go with Hurricane Force from the Monster Jam line. Let's pop him out, and we'll see that his hubs are a nice bright orange, and he's got chrome chassis and black roll cage, which is going to look great when you put everything together. So here's kind of just a quick approximation of what we're going for. It's going to change a little bit, but you get the idea with this quick mock-up. Because we're assembling a lot of different car parts that don't necessarily go together, we're going to have to modify a few things. I'm going to cut off some pieces of this roll cage and reassemble them. I'm also going to take the truck body off this Maisto car and kind of cut some slits so that we can stick some of the suspension and support rods up through the up into the cab, and just other general little knick-knacky modifications. So after I've cut these slits here on the Chevy body, I've cleaned it up a bit with a jeweler's file to get some of it straight and some of the burrs off so it's a little smoother. And I've cut up this Gravedigger roll cage before I cut up the one that I'm actually going to use. And you can see how the support rods, how I plan on having them come up through the truck bed and into the cab body. I'm going to have to move the suspensions, our little suspension guys there, later. But you can see what I'm going for here.
Now that we've stripped the paint off the car body, we're going to go ahead and prime it and repaint it.
So the closest thing that I had to the orange I'm going after is a OSHA safety orange. You can see I just, I don't know, plastered the whole thing in it. And there are some spots that didn't get hit because it was splattering, so I have some touch-up that I'm going to do right now. Okay, after taking care of that, I'm going to jump back over to the suspension rods and Spin Master chassis. You can see that I've already primed the pieces white a few minutes ago, let it dry, and I'm going to go in with some nice thick enamel paint over that plastic. We're going to do the suspension rods red and the metal parts silver. And here I'm going to jump over to the roll cage and do the same thing with the red. And then follow it up with some silver. Here is a quick look at the final piece. We have the red rods and the silver enamel on it. And now I'm going to go back and touch up some of the overpainted areas with some black. While editing the footage, I realized how tedious this stuff must look, but it's actually really relaxing to just sit and do it.
Now that we have all the pieces of the puzzle assembled, we're going to put everything together.
So if you notice, I did take the chassis and I cut the driver off of it. I've cut some of the shocks and suspensions off, some of the support bars. I've made room to stick the car body on top. There's a lot of little details that I skipped over because it was just kind of more of the same thing. But I switched out the front grille panel with the Ford because it was already orange and I don't have to repaint it. So here's a basic kit bashed version. There's still a lot of little improvements to make. I still have to do the support rods into the cab, and those are probably going to be extra styrene pieces. But this was the short long of it.
This is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good.
And here we go with the finished monster truck custom build piece. It's a combination of the Chevy pickup truck and Ford from the Maisto Outlaw line. You can see I added, I guess you would kind of call them the monster truck version of white walls. I extended the engine a little bit from the front into the cab. It was just too short and I just wanted to make it a little bit longer. I've got the NEEEL Co with the 2007 when I made this YouTube channel. And the 1,000 subscriber award piece on top. I've added the extra blower in the pickup back with the support rods going into the cab. And here we are at the ground level. So it's a little bit like Time Flies or Wildflower, but it's its own little unique thing that I had a lot of fun building. I don't know if it's anatomically correct, if this would actually work in real life, but it looks cool and I enjoyed it. I'm not going for complete realism, just real enough to make it look cool. Some things I definitely need to change are the cleanup. The inside of the cab, you can still see some of the yellow primer poking through, so I'll have to do some more touch-up. Honest, this is a bit of a time crunch. I didn't expect to hit the 1,000 mark so soon. And just some general cleanup. There's a little bit of the glue lines I'd like to paint over and hide. And secure some of the pieces, maybe straighten up the front grille just a little bit more. It's a little tilty and kind of bothering me. But overall, I love it. I think it's awesome. It's really weird.
Thank you guys so much. This was a really fun and a great video. A nice introduction to this new setup. I'm looking forward to making more videos like this possibly. We'll see how it goes. But this has been a lot of fun. Thank you everybody. Keep subscribing. I really hope this channel grows. It's a lot of fun to make videos. It's a lot of fun to do stuff like this. I enjoy toys, pop culture, lost media, all that kind of stuff. Expect a lot of this potpourri in the future with this new setup. It's given me more to work with. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting. Let me know what you like, what you don't like, and we'll keep curating it and moving things around. I really want to make this a unique and cool channel. Feels great to hit this milestone. I've been having a lot of fun. And I'll see you guys next time. Dr. NEEEL, out! We're filming the outro. What do you think, guys? Is that a good one?